EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for December 3rd, 2018. We're going to have a partly cloudy day ahead of a cold front. This cold front is going to be pushing through overnight, and it will usher in colder air, much colder air that's going to be in place from Tuesday onward, probably lasts about a week or so, and temperatures will be below average during that time frame. And the good news is we have a chance to dry out. We don't have had a lot of rain in the month of November and just to at least start the month of December, but I do think we're going to get a good, nice extended break here of dry weather. Still watching next weekend, but we'll get into that here in this video as well. Going forward from this point, this is early afternoon, and here is the evening. You can see some snow showers in association with this, and this is later in the afternoon and early evening on Monday. And a few of those may make it to our far northern areas overnight, but not a real big deal here, just a few light snow showers and not a real big deal whatsoever. So the front will come through during the overnight hours, and because it's coming through so late, we're going to have some warmer temperatures out in front of it, milder temperatures, not really warm, but milder, with temperatures that are going to be 50 or above in many locations today in advance of that cold front. Once this moves through, we get into Tuesday, and we are partly cloudy or partly to mostly sunny on Tuesday with no chance of precipitation, but it will be much colder. High temperatures will probably barely get around maybe 40 degrees or so, in some areas not even out of the 30s, and then we're probably 30s the rest of the week in most locations for the remainder of the work week. So we are expecting mainly dry conditions, though. Here is a look at Wednesday. Remember, we were talking about this at one time. Maybe this would turn into something, and the northern stream energy and southern stream energy were too late to hook up, and therefore this system is going to remain offshore and not affect the region. So we're just partly cloudy here on Wednesday, it looks like, with that system heading out of the region. Another reinforcing fronts that come through on Thursday night. Could have a few snow showers with that. This particular model is not too impressed, but I have seen some models that are bringing some snow showers all the way down to close to I-95, so we'll have to watch for that, but it doesn't look like a real big deal either way. One other thing before I forget, today is also going to be a very breezy day. We're going to have, at least to start, we're going to have some breezing conditions around the region in advance of this cold front coming through. So let's go back to where we just were. So going back to Friday now, I just want to mention the fact that we will have some breezy conditions today, some wind gusts 25, maybe even 30 miles per hour in spots until we get to the overnight, and that front moves through. So anyway, Friday is looking like it is another partly cloudy day, and then high pressure moves in for Saturday, and it's mostly sunny. Now, if you look off to our south and west here, you can see this is the big weekend storm that we were talking about for a while. It's a storm signal. It is still a storm signal. It was never more than a storm signal. If those of you that are not familiar, storm signal means that we have a threat to the region here. We have to monitor closely during a pre-designated time frame based on some atmospheric conditions and things like that would make it favorable for an East Coast storm to occur. Not necessarily we're going to get hit by this system. So we've never heard us saying that, hey, we're going to get hit. And the latest solutions here that we're looking at the time this video was recorded is keeping this off to the south and suppressed and not bringing any precipitation actually north of anywhere close to our region. So if this were the case, the entire weekend is going to be continued dry and continued cold. Okay, and this will not be a factor. This will actually amplify offshore and late and out to sea and not come up. Now, one of the reasons why, I'm going to go through the reasons why the models are showing this. This might not be exactly how this plays out, and we can't write it off yet that it will not affect this region yet. So if you look at a local forecast, it'll just say mostly cloudy, watching a storm for Sunday. Okay, it won't say rain, snow, no chance of precipitation. It'll just show that because we have to be able to, just up until yesterday, pretty much. So there's at least some models indicating that there was going to be a hit here in the Mid-Atlantic of some accumulating snowfall over the weekend. So we can't just write this off just because a few model runs decide to go the other way. There's still some possibilities, a range of possibilities that bring some snow, accumulating snow in the Mid-Atlantic region here, in our region. But there just aren't as many of them as there were before. Let's look at the upper air pattern. I'll show you what's going on with this. The system that would be responsible for any snow that would come probably Sunday, would be probably not Saturday, but Sunday, is this where my arrow is pointing. In advance of this, the antecedent cold will be in place with a deep trough over the east. This is going to be brought in by that Clipper system that's going to be moving through on Thursday night. So that's going to kick out, and then this system is going to move across the country. The problem is the models are starting to trend a little bit faster and more progressive with this system. So it's still here. Here it is over Texas. You can barely see it. Okay, and this is looking at Saturday morning. And then you keep going a little bit further, and it really doesn't amplify or even start to amplify until it gets way down here by Georgia and Florida. Well, that's too late. And one of the reasons it's not going to come up the coast is because we really don't have a block up here in Greenland. There's nothing to really slow this thing down and amplify it and bring it up the coast. And without that, I don't think we have a very good chance of seeing this. Is there still a chance? Yes. But if I'm betting on this system right now, whether we're going to get affected by it right now, sitting here on Monday morning, I would say no, we're not going to get affected by it this weekend. And that's just a gut call right now. But can that change? Absolutely. So we're going to continue to monitor that. And we're not just going to assume that it's going to go lazily out to sea right now. This has been a storm signal for a while. But again, storm signal and storm are two different things. There's the storm. It's there. It just doesn't necessarily mean it's going to affect our region. And we will continue to watch that throughout the week to see if there's any changes. But as of right now, it looks like a nice dry stretch coming. I'm EPAWA weather meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for December 3rd, 2018. Have a great Monday.